Hey Solgr, let's get right to
Welcome to the Solgr and Fusha Only show. I am Solgr Only.
And here is Fusha, the one and only.
And I want to start off this week's episode. This is episode 7, by the way. I want to start off this week's episode first announcing that yesterday, me and Fusha Only here actually got engaged.
I said yes.
I asked her if she would pester me for the rest of her life.
And of course I will.
Yeah, it's awesome. I can't be more excited. It should be August 13th of
I was
next year.
doing the same thing yesterday, telling my sister. I was like, it's October, November. No, I thought you said August. It is August. I don't know. I'm too scrambled right now.
I know. Yeah, August 13th.
Yeah, and all the excitement. It's insane, and it was the best way he could have ever done it. And you know, it was just amazing how the sun came out too, and it was incredible. So yeah, we will be tying the knot here
next year.
But yeah, this is our episode 7.
Alright, yeah, and last Tuesday, Rise of Iron finally came out. It kind of had a rough time coming out of the gate. It tripped over its damn feet and face planted kind of.
Yeah, he took a nap and then woke up at like 3 a.m. to play the game, and then there was a crash, and a lot of people couldn't get in because so many people were trying to get in at one time. I was passed out, but I heard all about it later.
Yeah, you were sleeping. Yeah, it was crazy. Rise of Iron launched at 3 in the morning our time. I was playing it before because I literally woke up like a few minutes before, so I hurried and got on. I was watching the Tefty Tef stream. Him and everyone in his chat was getting all hyped. 3 a.m. rolled around and
it was the black screen of doom.
Yeah, exactly. Bungie servers took a big old dump.
Yeah.
I kind of don't blame it because obviously there was literally probably hundreds of thousands of people trying to get on at once.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Granted, Bungie did have a year since their last expansion, a year to kind of prepare for this, and Bungie's research team had to have known, they had to have expected a number of how many players would be coming. But one thing I will say with this, Bungie actually solved the problem really quick. I have to give my hats off to them because...
That's true, yeah, because it wasn't a black screen of doom for hours. They were able to get it fixed right away and to where everybody was getting in.
Yeah, well, it wasn't literally right away, but normally when problems like this happens, it's normally, I've seen it be a day thing. I've seen it be where there's problems all throughout the week before, but players were in and able to play literally 2 hours after it was supposed to launch. It was literally only a 2-hour problem, and once everyone did get in, there was literally no problems. I haven't heard of anyone really having problems once the servers came on of having any problems.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the game is concerned, it was definitely worth the wait. I really like this expansion. It's really good. The main quest of Rise of Iron, though, granted, it really is short. It's only about 5 main missions, but it's really short but very sweet, though, because the story is so well put together, so well written. I love the whole art style behind it. Bungie did a phenomenal job with Rise of Iron. The story, I was really pulled into this story and really intrigued by it, and I was really emotionally invested to it. It's such a strong, gripping story. It was really good, and it gets me even more hyped for Destiny 2 that Bungie was able to do this, because as we all know, that was one of the main complaints with the vanilla Destiny game, the basic Destiny game. A lot of people had problems with their lack of a narrative and story. But it looks like Bungie has definitely learned their lesson from that, and it's amazing. And
yeah, they stepped up the game.
They really did. The acting, the voice acting is amazing. The cutscenes and the cinematics are just beautifully put together. Yeah, like I said, it's really short, but it's an amazing story. But that isn't all there is to do. You know, we all know that Destiny lives and dies by its end game content, and there's tons of new stuff to do other than just this basic than the main like story missions.
Mm-hmm.
With Rise of Iron, you're getting a new Rise of Iron record book, so it works kind of like how the Moments of Triumph worked. So it's like a record book, and then it has and it's actually bigger than the Moments of Triumph. There's a lot more quests and objectives and like kind of bounties and stuff like that, things to do for exclusive rewards like weapons and armor and shaders and all that. There's even there's one all new strike, and then there's like they edited like a few other strikes that were previously put out, but they edited a few of them and made them different. And I've played the one new strike, all new strike, and it was amazing. I loved the boss battle at the end of it. It was really neat how they did it. There's 3 of them at once, and a new thing about this strike too is that there was also multiple paths that you can take to the end. Normally Destiny has just really been pretty linear, but in this new strike called Wrath of the Machine, there's actually multiple paths you can take to it. So,
which is really cool and gives up more option as to you can go back and play it, but go through a different way than you did before, and still get just as good as the experience you did the first time without feeling too repetitive.
Exactly. When I streamed and played today, because my main character, my main number one is my hunter, and that's what I was playing Rise of Iron with all last week when it first came out. But today I actually took my warlock out and I replayed the main Rise of Story missions today with my warlock. But I haven't gotten to the strike again. So what my point on that is that this new strike I have only played once. So like you were saying, how when you play through it again, you can do it differently than you did the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only played it once, so we'll have to see what I do when I play it again. This past Friday, just a couple days ago, the new raid came out. I haven't played it yet. I need to get on a good LFG app, and I need to find a good raid team to join so I can run the new raid.
Yeah, because you still really have to do a raid. And I mean, I've played a little bit of Destiny, and I really like it. I need to play more. But it is just a really good game, and someday I'll get to the raids.
I know. I think it'd be so awesome if we get like, well, we already have like other TVs and stuff, so we don't really need to get another TV. But like if we got like another console and stuff, so like you could literally be playing, and we can like be in a fire team together and be on our own.
I can see us doing that once we're a little, in a matter of time. I can see us doing that. And I can see us really enjoying it, because that's the one thing I think Destiny lacks, is there is no real
split screen.
Yeah. So it's like you're playing on 2 different consoles, but I mean, at the same time, it'll still be nice because we'll get an extra TV out of it, and an extra console, and I'm okay with that.
Well, it's not just Destiny that doing it. Like honestly, local couch co-op split screen is just a dying art form, really. A lot of games are doing it less and less. So once we do this, get like another console and TV, Destiny isn't the only game we'll be doing that with. There's other games
we'll be doing
it
with
too.
Like Overwatch and a bunch of them. But
Overwatch is one.
I can understand it's kind of dying out in that sense, but I think it would be beneficial if they kept it as an option.
Yeah, they
at
should.
least an option, because there's some people that won't even go online to play the games, but they want to play co-op.
It's true, but you have to figure also having that mode in, it takes time for them to do it.
That's
and it kind of takes time. It takes the team away from doing other stuff that they want to focus on.
That is true. That is true.
What I mean?
In this day and age of technology, it's all about the next big thing, and if that's the old, it's out.
Exactly. Speaking of next big thing, the new me and Fusha actually streamed Gears of War 1 yesterday, actually.
Which, we'll admit, was not our best game through.
Yeah, it kind of started out a little rough.
Yeah, we were a little rusty, but I mean, we did get somewhere with it, which was good.
Yeah, once we got past that part, we did good.
Yeah, once we got back outside and killed the monster and everything else, and realized we could have use the grenades to open the doors instead of making him do it. But hey, it was a good experience.
But yeah, so Gears of War 4 is coming out on October 11th, so once that comes out, I'm sure me and you will be streaming that one as well.
Yeah,
I
I'm
haven't really
excited
looked at
for
it.
that one.
I wonder, that one might have split screen as well, hopefully.
That would be cool, because I actually really like Gears of War. And I know we saw the preview where how deep into Gears of War some other players are, and it's really incredible. It makes me want to play the game a lot more than what I have. But from what I have done, I actually really like it. It's not too hard of a game, which is something with me where I have short attention span. I can play a game 30, 40 minutes, but then I'm like, okay, what am I going to do now? Alright, on to the next thing. You know, it's really kind of hard to keep my attention into one thing for hours on end. But that's what I like about Gears of War, is that it's not too hard. Because if something's too hard for me, I'm only into it for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, screw this, I'm going to go do something else. But if it's actually something that I can get by on, then I'm like, ooh, wow, I'm doing good at this. And that's what I enjoy more.
Yeah, I can't wait for Gears of War 4 too.
I like
So
it.
that's
I
gonna
really
be-
like us playing that, because it's, like I said, it's not too hard when I'm a little incapable of some things.
Right. I want to shift focus real quick to end this week's episode. The Walking Dead new season is coming out at the end of October, on October 23rd.
Yes.
So
I am so stoked. I don't know who's gonna die. Sorry for spoilers, but I mean, if you're not caught up by now, it's not our fault.
yeah. Listeners, what is that called? Listeners advisement or whatever, I guess. Yeah, there probably will. You know, when we talk about Walking Dead, there probably is going to be spoilers, but yeah. So hopefully we will finally see who Negan beat up.
Who gets the
bat.
bad end of Lucille.
Yeah.
And it's so hard, because Jeffrey Dean Morgan is an amazing actor, one of my
So
favorites. He's too good for Negan. He's too good, because you know you're gonna love him as Negan, but you're gonna hate Negan, especially once we find out who he kills. Is it gonna be Glenn like they did in the comics, or are they gonna shake it up and do somebody else? Is it gonna be Maggie?
I think it's gonna be someone else. I don't think they're gonna keep it like how it was in the comics. Like,
yeah. If it was to be Glenn, I think Maggie would have the justice of knocking Negan out, but at the same time, Negan has his army and they listen to
that would get
him.
her killed too.
Yeah.
We would honestly, if it is Glenn and then Maggie does something, or if it's Maggie and then Glenn does something, no matter which way it is, both of them would end up dying.
Yeah, I'm nervous for it, because
I'm nervous too, because remember what Glenn did. Remember how he like was kind of crawling, like, no, you know, and then remember Negan saw it. He's like, oh, you're her guy, you know. So like, and he noticed that, and he's like, don't do that shit again, you know. I'll only allow it one time.
Yeah, that.
So Glenn already messed up. So I hope it's not
but
that.
But isn't what's his name? The army dude.
Abraham?
Abraham, yeah. Isn't he in that lineup too?
I think so, yeah. They're all there, aren't they?
Because there's Daryl, there's Abraham.
Rosita's there.
Rosia, Glenn, Maggie.
Eugene's there.
Eugene is there. So what if it's Eugene?
I think he might be kind of at the top of the list for me. I think it might be him.
I think so too. I think it could be him, but at the same time, you also kind of got to think about what the directors and the screenwriters are going for. Are they going for somebody that their jaw is just going to drop? I can't believe they just did that, like they have before. Or are they working up to the hype to where it's like, oh no, it's just going to be someone kind of
someone smaller,
and then work up to something bigger.
Yeah, like you were saying, if they want to do something shocking, and they really want to get Negan like painted in like just a really savage kind of light, if it's a woman first.
Yeah.
Because if he beats a woman like that, like if it's like Rosita or Maggie or you know like.
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
That's brutal.
That is gonna be brutal.
All right, so yeah, tune in October 23rd to AMC, and then we'll find out.
And we may have spoilers, because we're gonna talk about it after Talking Dead.
Yeah, we usually try to keep away from spoilers, but Walking Dead is just one of those shows where we can't.
Actually, we do our podcast every Sunday that we could probably do it before
for
the previous week.
All right, yep. So we'll see you next week, though. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Keep up with everything Sports Nerd Web at the website at sportsnerdweb.wordpress.com. So yeah, we'll see you next week. Solgr out.
Fusha, and I'm out.
Have a good week.